Hey everybody, welcome to MixLife episode 26. I'm flying solo for the moment, but should be picking up steam here as we go along. Dave's on his way, and I think Rick may be joining us shortly. Oh, I just accidentally maximized that. I'm still getting set up here, so give me just a second. How's it going, Mr. Burgundy? Can you hear me okay? Everybody hear me all right? My microphone was giving me trouble earlier this morning, so I just want to make sure it sounds good. Can somebody in chat give me a thumbs up or down or sideways? I don't know what that means, Cincinnati King. All right, good. That sounds good. It's the first time for the show that I haven't had to try to do my show with the air conditioning on. So hopefully the sound will be better moving forward. And hopefully, I think once I get, I got a check coming this week, and hopefully I can buy myself like a real microphone instead of having to rely on these headphones all the time. We may still be doing the contest, but there may be a chance that we won't be able to actually do it this week. I forgot that because of Hurricane Irma, Adam is going to be out for a couple of weeks. He's evacuated and he's safe and everything, but he's not going to be able to obviously judge for or be on the show probably for a while he gets all that stuff handled. Dave's on his way here, and we're waiting to find out for sure if our third judge is even actually awake. So if I don't have all the judges I need, we'll put it off for another week until I can reorganize. So the hurricane kind of put a kink in our plans, and I didn't really plan on planning around it. I don't know what that is, Mr. Brady. Okay. Hi, Tammy. How you doing? So there's Rick. Rick is alive and well, looking good.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? I was just chatting it up, kill some time there.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't know if I was popping on, if Chiba was going to show up or not, but here I am in all my glory.
Well, I haven't heard from him, so I don't know. I know he's really busy this week, so it's really all good. Hang on a second. Oh, that's all right, Jen. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. It's okay. Like, I kind of figured today was going to be sort of impromptu with the storm. I don't know why before I didn't think that Rick is going to be a little or that Adam was going to be a little out of sorts, and that things were going to have to move around. And so yeah, that's all right though. We can talk about all kinds of other stuff. I got a bunch of new flavors from Flavora again this week. Rick, did you get yours? The newest shipment?
Yes, I actually did. My post office managed to not fuck up this week. It was fantastic. I've already got it mixed up too.
Oh, do you have all of them mixed up? I've only mixed up 2 of them.
Yep, I've got testers done on all of them.
I got the apricot and the Moscato mixed up.
Yeah, the apricot smells pretty awesome. The Moscato smells like a better version of Flavor Art's white grape to me, which I'm definitely not mad at.
Yeah, it reminds me like just like a white grape version of their regular FLV grape, Flavora grape.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not bad at all. It's got like that great body. Hey, what's up, Dave?
Hey, are we live right now? Yep, we sure are.
We are. We already started. Sorry, buddy.
That's all right.
Catch you off guard there.
I'm here.
I haven't heard from Chiba yet, so we'll give him a little bit, and if he doesn't show up, I guess we can move forward with 2 judges, or we can just move things a week. It doesn't matter, I guess. I mean, we can judge as long as Jenna and Concrete are okay with that. My cats are fighting behind me. Do you hear them?
That sounds terrifying.
Cats?
I have 2 cats. Yes.
It's too many.
I don't know. So I have the one cat that likes to hide behind my fridge down here, and if the other cat gets too close, then she gets really pissed off. Like, it doesn't really matter.
So is there a topic for MIXAGEDDON besides the competition, or?
Well, originally I forgot all about like not being certain about hosts and judges today, so I just put that in the title. But we have all kinds of other stuff we could talk about. We have like 20 new Flavora flavors that haven't really been publicly reviewed very much, and we have some recipe development stuff we can go over. Jarvis says she's cool with whatever we want to do.
I'm cool too. Whatever you guys want to do. I ain't never scared.
You're never scared?
I was scared last night. I went to go see it.
Did you? Was it good?
You can see from the dark circles. I was up late. I was drinking last night too, though. So
that's all right. Did it hold up to the old one? Do you think?
Yeah, it was terrifying. I mean, they had to change a lot of things from the book and even from the miniseries that was 3 hours long to fit it into an hour-and-a-half long modern sort of horror movie. Right. But it was fun. It was scary and fun.
Yeah, they got the high notes right with it. I actually like the book a little bit. It's kind of clunkily written, but yeah, it's definitely solid. It's definitely worth seeing for a modern horror adaptation of anything. They did a great job.
I have to check it out. Like, I stopped watching horror movies in the 90s because they started just not getting good. They wasn't good anymore. Like, none of the new ones were good after that. Like, in the mid 90s, late 90s, like, I got bored with them. They weren't fun. They weren't scary anymore. They were just like gory. And I don't think gory is scary.
Yeah, the one thing that it didn't do as well as the book, but it did better than the miniseries. So in the book, you kind of get the feeling that Derry itself is like this malevolent entity, and you can't really tell if it came to Derry because Derry's wrong or Derry's wrong because it's there. But in terms of like a good popcorn movie with a spooky clown, it was absolutely fantastic.
Good. Well, I'll definitely check it. I mean, I didn't have like high expectations for trying to translate a 1,000-page novel into a 1-hour movie, you know.
Oh, that thing where there's this malevolence beneath the veneer of quaintness in small towns is something that King likes to play with a lot, from what I remember.
Well, he lives in like a small town in New England, I think. So
yeah, he's the reason why I'm never going to move to Maine or probably even visit.
Yeah, Stephen King can't write like an individual character to save his life, but the one thing he does better than most other modern authors is he kind of writes towns really well. So I'm a Stephen King apologist more than anything else.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of the Dark Tower series. Like, it's probably one of my favorite book series of all times. And the movie was terrible. Don't like the movie. The movie was good as a separate, like, regular action film, right? With like some sci-fi elements and shit.
Yeah. But
like, if you're gonna hold it to the standard of the book series, like, just don't bother, right? Like, I enjoyed the movie for what it was, but I had to like they're separate things. They're just different, right? Like,
so since those are some of the few King books that I've never read, I probably would enjoy that movie.
Yes, you probably would. It's good, like sci-fi, like Western, like all rolled into one, right? Like, it's pretty cool. And the books are really like a million times better and a lot darker, but they're good. Yeah, they're good. I like them.
So have you had a chance to try the competition recipes yet?
No, I wanted to wait until it was like time, you know, so I haven't touched them yet.
Oh man, I'm half a bottle into one of them and a fourth of a bottle into the other.
I smelled them both, and I've been giving them a good shake every day and all that good stuff, but man, they both smell fantastic. So I'm super excited about them.
Well, for what it's worth, if I do end up, you know, probably being the one who loses, I am ready to take my medicine live and on air. I have my death mix just sitting right here mocking me.
He's ready. All right. Well, do we want to fuck up Rick's day or what?
I mean, we haven't not heard from Stephen at all. I know Apexified sent him the juice. I don't know if he received it or anything. I haven't heard from him since then. We should try to get Apex on here, even though he knows who mixed what and what's in there.
That's all right. I trust his impartiality.
He's tried them.
Yeah, let's give it a little while. See if he pokes in. I'll see if he's on the Discord real quick.
See if you can raise him before we ruin Rick's day.
My day just starts ruined, man. It can only go up from when I crawl out of bed in the morning. It's all downhill from there usually.
Whatever, man. I don't believe you.
I honestly don't know which one of these recipes belongs to which mixer.
I don't either, but I have a sneaking suspicion.
I think that one is a very Rick profile, and the other is a very Jen recipe name. But aside from that,
the title is what threw it off for me.
Aside from that, I really don't know by tasting them for sure. Like I said, I have those two strong clues, but that's not enough for me. I wouldn't bet money on it.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe I was just going next level and fucking with everybody's head and stealing Jennifer's recipe titles.
That sounds like something you would do.
Devious like that, man.
Somebody said that one of them was obviously yours after I described them to him because you would never pander to the judges. But I feel like there's some pandering going on with both of these, and I like it.
Well, it's kind of hard not to pander when you guys give us a list of like 4 flavors each.
Yeah, we give them a list of like pretty much our favorite flavors. Like, I mean, it was really tempting just to fuck with them and make them all do florals, right? But then they wouldn't have been able to not. There would have been no way they could not pander, right? I mean, we all picked flavors that we liked because we didn't want to vape garbage this time.
No, there's been enough of that going around.
Yeah, exactly, right. Speaking of which, how are things going on Noted after your last recipe endeavor? What are you guys doing next week?
What are we doing tomorrow night? We're doing apples.
Ooh, apples.
And Rick's going to be there for that.
Oh, Rick's doing that one?
I think he's probably tried more apples than anybody.
Yeah, probably.
At the very least, I think I have a pretty good handle on the Flavora stuff because they have a lot of apples. And then I kind of slam my head on a wall trying to figure out the differences between all the Fuji apples that are on the market. So hopefully I'll have something to add besides just my beautiful face and glowing presence.
We got that DoD audience there, so a lot of them may not know that Rick has a YouTube channel where he reviews flavors. So we're going to get to talk about that. He can pimp his channel because of that Fuji fight video and talk about something that people have asked me about and asked that the show address.
What's the
do they need to buy? Well, some of them say what's the best Fuji, where I'm like, best, but they ask, do they need to buy Cap or JF Fuji when they already have Flavor Arts version? What is the need for that? Why do I need that? What is that good for?
That makes sense.
No. So I'm hoping that Rick can summarize his video and clear that up while pimping. And his job is also to bring the Shasta.
I got to make sure to hit the store, man, so I have a fresh 6-pack.
I'm got to bring the Shasta for D&D night. Right.
I'm down to drinking out of 2-liter bottles. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I like your cup there. Is that a candle holder?
No, it's a giant novelty movie cups. So occasionally when I live in the middle of nowhere, basically, and so going to the movies is like a high time. And occasionally for the large sodas, they have like the big novelty plastic cups. And I absolutely dig them. So here's the Suicide Squad one. Terrible movie, adequate cup.
Well, at least you got a good cup out of the deal.
Yeah.
Our town's the same way. It's a small town, so that's like the community highlight of the week is when a big movie drops there, and it's usually like a week after it drops everywhere else on the planet. Because they fucking can't afford to get like first week opening night movies.
We're not that bad. Like
so tomorrow night.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I was gonna say tomorrow night we're doing apples. I think you might, from the look on your face, might not be that interested in apples, couple. But the week after we start a 3-week series on tobaccos.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I struggle with Mondays lately trying to be awake for your show. So.
Yeah, but you can always watch it afterwards if you can.
Yeah, but I usually come back and watch it anyways, just because I like to see it. Apples. I don't know. I guess I just got burned out on apples. Like last year, Apple was like a thing for a lot of places, and I did a lot of development for not just myself, but for customers and stuff. And so like, I baked like a ton of Apple last year, and I think I just got kind of like burned out on it. But I like apples.
There's so many of them.
There is a mountain of apples, and they're all pretty unique. There aren't very many that are super similar.
24 of them are just from Flavora.
They don't have that many. I think they have like 6 or 7 though. They do
Seems
have
like a lot.
Yeah, they
Seems like
definitely
a lot.
have like 7 or 8.
They have red, sour, Granny Smith,
Green,
green,
apple pop, apple filling.
apple filling. Well, apple filling is really like a bakery.
Do they have one that's just called apple?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I have seen it mentioned places, but I don't have it. If they do have
I've seen it mentioned too, and it wasn't included in the full line. So I'm thinking that that's just somebody's mislabeled.
No, Jarvis said they do have a plain apple. Maybe I just didn't get that one, or I don't have it.
I've never seen it.
Dave, have you had a chance to play with Pucker yet, dude?
No, I haven't had a chance to play with Pucker yet.
You got to try it out, man. It is like the coolest thing ever.
What the heck is it?
So at first I was like, I don't know about this stuff. It just tastes like a pack of Cools, right? Like when I tried it off the back of my hand. But it's like the opposite of Lovage, right? So where Lovage adds like a wet kind of sweet note, it goes like borderline vegetal. Like Pucker adds like a bright sort of like limeish kind of mint, like green note, like a little bit of leafiness, but it's definitely like clearly a tobacco. And I think that it would help for people that are interested in having menthol cigarette types, or even just adding like a refreshing finish to like a really body heavy, like burly pipe tobacco mix. And yeah, I thought it would make it like bitter a little bit, but it doesn't. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I actually just grabbed my tester. I have a tester of it down with 2% cured and 1% Pucker, and yeah, it's doing some really interesting things. I'm not mad at this.
No, it's weird. I'm still not sure how to like peg down exactly what it is it's doing because I haven't vaped it solo, and I don't think that it would be good to vape solo.
I'll vape it solo. What the heck with it? See what happens.
Yeah, I've got a tester of it solo at 1% too.
Yeah, give it a 5 if you got a wick ready for it.
I don't have it ready, but Rick does. Go for it, Rick.
Yeah, it has a little bit of like a tobacco sour green apple thing going on. It has like a little bit of acidity and tartness to it. It's really not bad.
Yeah. The tartness is weird because it's hard to define, or at least it was hard for me to define, as far as like a direct flavor, like a comparable actual flavor.
Yeah, it's like it tastes like dirty green apples and limes, and in a good way.
Yeah, it's definitely good. So I think it'd be good for like some like, remember like that pineapple like cigarillo you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it would be good, really good in something like that.
Hey, so we have a question in the chat from Subvapes about the best chocolate to get. I'm just gonna say chocolate doesn't generally work, but when I do want it, I usually go for like a darker cocoa note, and Hankson's Australian chocolate is fantastic. Yeah,
I think standalone Hankson Australian chocolate wins in my book almost every case. The Wonder flavor is Nanaimo bar.
I can't stand that stuff.
And their cocoa is pretty good. It's really comparable to Flavor on Cocoa though, so I mean neither or. But their cocoa is pretty good. You don't like the Nanaimo bar?
I don't like the Nanaimo bar at all. I'm okay with a little bit of Flavora's, both of their chocolates, the milk chocolate and the chocolate Deutsch, and with the Baker's Flavors chocolate truffle. But I am having a lot of trouble just getting chocolates in general to do what I want them to do. I'm beginning to think they're all liars.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried that sample that you sent from Mixer's Club of the Nana's Ammo bar or whatever the hell, and I'm just not super impressed. The Wonder Flavor stuff tastes a little bit soapy to me, but that may be my own damage.
No, some of their fruits definitely have a little bit of that. Like the star fruit, I thought could be really great, and I enjoyed it for what it was. But it gets a little like soapy or perfumey when you get it strong enough to stand out in the mix. What was the other question? Somebody. Yeah, chocolate's just a tough profile. Even the best chocolates aren't all that great, strong, like standalone on their own. Like they usually need some help from something else. I usually use a little like Flavor West or Flavora white chocolate to kind of round out the bottom end of it to keep it from getting pukey for taking it high or anything like that.
Yeah, and then for chocolate, there was some awful recipe. I think it was a drum beater on the Discord chat. We made like a suicide pact to try a recipe that had like Flavor Art cookie at 4 or 5%, and it had some TPA double chocolate clear in there too.
Ew.
It's kind of amazing how good the double. I mean, don't get me wrong, the recipe was a dumpster fire, but it was amazing how good that double chocolate clear tasted with all that AP behind it, which is kind of amazing.
Double chocolate clear is a really weak single flavor chocolate, but it's pretty usable if you work around its weaknesses, you know. And I mean, that's kind of the case. I feel like for all chocolate flavors, I don't think there's any chocolate flavors that are just stand as strong on their own, except maybe chocolate Deutsch. Like it's a really good, well-rounded chocolate. If you like chocolate cake and coconut, you can't like, and you can't really get around that coconut note in chocolate Deutsch. It's
or
delicious.
the cake, from what I can tell.
Not really.
I mean, even
no.
down low, the chocolate tastes like chocolate cake. It doesn't taste like just
chocolate.
straight chocolate. And I've tried bending it different ways to get just straight chocolate out of it, and you can't. It's chocolate cake and coconut, and that's just what it's going to be no matter what.
Sister King asked about what about Jungle Flavors milk chocolate. I like it. It's good. I feel like it's not any different than, you know, double chocolate clear or Flavora's white or Flavora's milk chocolate. Like they all need a little bit of help and a workaround. You know, they all need a little bit of AP or some caramel or some, you know, white chocolate or vanilla in the background to help round out their profile. Each one of them is missing something a little bit different. So all of them are
very okay with very like 0.08% of that milk chocolate
from Flavora
with fruit. Yeah, with fruit and 0.25% of their sweet coconut. It tastes like a thin layer of chocolate coating, like you might have on a piece of fruit.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It does not. You can't really translate it into a chocolate bar. I've been trying to do that, and it just simply won't do that for me.
Yeah, you know what else is really cool is the Flavora's acai or acai or however the fuck you pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's got a berry note, but it's definitely got like that hard crack chocolate candy shell. Like you get the, you know, like in the produce section of some grocery stores, they have like the berries with the chocolate coating and stuff, like the acai berries or whatever the hell you call them. Like, and they come in those little bags, like they're like $5 or whatever for 10 stupid little berries.
To do that, I want to make a Brookside recipe out of it.
Yeah, those Brookside, it's a brand, right? So,
yeah, Brookside chocolates.
Yeah, acai berries.
Chewy, dry fruit in the middle. It's acai and blueberry, or you can get goji and raspberry. And they got a couple of others now, but those were the first two flavors they came out with.
Flavora acai, just the acai by itself is like super duper close to those.
Yep.
Well, it kind of threw me for a loop when I tested it too, because it's got that dark chocolate in there. Apparently that's a thing with actual like acai berries. Like they cover them in chocolate all the time and stuff too, but apparently they actually have a little bit of a cocoa note to them already, which is I've never actually ate like a straight acai berry that isn't covered in chocolate, but apparently it's sort of in there basically too.
He's after a Cadbury flake type flavor chocolate. I don't even know what that tastes like. I don't know what that means. Like those eggs?
American Cadbury or European Cadbury?
Yeah, that's a big difference. American Cadbury's are garbage.
You're gonna need some vomit in the American version.
You just buy pure butyric acid and probably vape it to be pretty close to Cadbury eggs, or at least the American ones, right? They're gross.
Yeah, they're gross.
I'll dry my wicks and then we'll do
this. We have not heard from anybody.
Yeah. So do you want to just go for it, or do you want to?
Let's do this.
All right,
let's do this.
Let me dry up my wicks. It'll take me a minute.
Okay. Well, I can tell you what we've got here. Let me see if I can find the other bottle.
If you want to start, I got both of them right here.
Showing the bottles, your webcam's a little better than mine, and Apex did. I'm kind of mad at him for not being available right now, but he did a really great job on the bottles.
So shout out for Apexified here. Let me get my hand behind it a little bit better. I'll show off that fancy old label there. Jarvis versus Rick. Stormy and Dark is the title, but my webcam is having like focus issues or something.
That's such a Rick font he got on there too.
I know, right? And then he's got we've got Morning Wood, which is my suspicion that Jarvis's potty mouth inspired the title for this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure this is Jarvis's. Yeah, but they both smell incredible. I'm really excited about them. Morning Wood smells really nutty. Like I can smell some AP and maybe peanut butter, but I'm not. I mean, we didn't say anything about peanut butter, did we?
No, but they're allowed to include an ingredient if they want to.
Yeah.
I
can't remember what the list was.
I don't remember what the list is either.
That's all right though. I trust him.
Yeah, and
Pexify vetted him, so he's seen the recipes.
He's seen the recipes and verified that they follow the rules. I wish he was there to provide the recipes. Maybe we can get them to do it. Rick's here and Jen's in chat. The Morning Wood, is that the one you're trying first?
Yeah, as soon as I get my MixAGEDDON up. Well, no, it smells like I'm gonna have to rewick if I vape it first. Stormy and Dark definitely has rum in it. I think it'll be safer bet for the first run.
Yeah, it has a little rum. And it tastes like I'm guessing it's supposed to be a dark and stormy. Just a guess.
Good thing for them, I've never had one.
Dark and stormy is ginger beer. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ginger beer, rum, and a twist of lime, and I think that's it. Dark rum.
Well, that sounds pretty magical. All right, so you want to do the Stormy and Dark first? Dark and Stormy?
It is pretty magical. Yep.
All right. Definitely getting the rum and some vague fruity smells. So we're going to go by overall flavor, innovation. What was the other one that we were doing before? Help me out here, Dave. I haven't had any sleep today.
Generally, the standard has been accuracy and
accuracy is the other one.
Overall flavor and risk and innovation. Now, with this way that we're doing these, where it's blind, we don't know who mixed them and we don't know what's in there. We don't even have a description or anything other than the title. It's kind of hard to judge a couple of those categories because risk and innovation, I mean, you don't know what they did to get where they got. All you know is how hard of a profile it is, which that ties it pretty much close into the accuracy.
Yeah.
So it's a little difficult to judge both of those categories, but its flavor is pretty easy to judge, except in this case where it's pretty close to me as far as I can tell.
Yeah. So with these, yeah, we'll just move forward. We'll go for it. And just go with the innovation of the profile, right? Like how they managed to pull it off with, or the risk of the profile itself. Because I don't even know. I don't know what these are. So I'm going to start with
the first one was accuracy.
Right.
And that's going to be weird because you don't know what
they were trying to get out of
what Morning Wood is supposed to be. And all you have is the name and what it tastes like as a clue for what Stormy and Dark is supposed to be.
True story.
But
what do you have an idea? Do you have a counterplay? So
for accuracy, no, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. He's sort of Apex really wanted this blind judging thing, so we gave it to him. But it's a little
proven harder than we thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's proven harder than we thought to judge them that way in different categories. I mean, we can talk about what they taste like, and I can give them both 4s and say they both won or both lost, but I don't know.
Yeah, Apex didn't get the descriptions to us, so that's all right, though. We're just going to move forward with what we have, but that's all. I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
And we can go with you're right, Dave. Damn it, now you got to go throw a wrench in my works. I was all ready to just drive forward. Look at Rick here, like he's mean mugging Jen. He's mean mugging Jen through the chat right now. Nobody can see because he's got his mic muted. What do you want to do, Dave? Why'd you had to make me think now? I'm trying to help you out here.
Try them and tell me if there's a. Oh, look
I'm
at
rooting
that,
for you.
Shasta. I want you to try them and tell me if you can break the tie as far as the flavor. And
do you just want to go on flavor? Let's just go on that. That's what we have.
We
right?
should. That's the most important aspect of any recipe. So if we can decide just on that, then we can just call it. And if not, we're going to have to, carefully consider whatever else.
Okay. All right. So open disclosure, we'll work through this with you guys as we go. If anybody has any thoughts on our process, please speak up in chat. So Stormy and Dark right now here.
I want to do it fairly, and it's very difficult to decide how to do that. I will say I've been vaping nothing but these two recipes since Friday night. I'm over half a bottle now into each of them, so I've gotten pretty familiar with them. Of course, I was drinking during part of that and don't really remember, but
yeah, I'm getting a definite spicy note there. That seems like it could be ginger, but maybe it either steeped too long, or I just drank too much Shasta, before I vaped this, which is probably likely. There's a tiny bit of throat hit, but it's not anything that I would really hold against it. The rum note is really super nice. I like it. I would definitely vape this, like, just sitting here or moving forward. It's really nice. Overall, like, it's pretty good. I think that I can perceive some kind of like zest, some lime zest in there maybe, or a citrus zest, but no specific citrus flavor. But given how long these had to sit before we vaped them, I mean, that's not surprising. Did you pick up any lime or anything in it?
Yeah, I did. To me, it tastes like ginger ale. It even has a sort of fizzy feel to it, like ginger ale, which is really cool. It doesn't. I mean, it's supposed to be ginger beer. I think if we're correct that Dark and Stormy is the thing, and then you get into this whole what's the difference between ginger beer and ginger ale, and other than one being a little sweeter and the other being a little spicier, I'm not really sure.
The other stuff that goes in a ginger beer, there's a lot of different herbal top notes.
Spicier. There's different stuff going on. It's a little bit more complex. It's just not this flat ginger ale sweetness.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely picking up on the spice and the herbal tones in there. So it's pretty interesting.
That's the only problem I saw was that the herbal it tastes kind of green. You get you get the ginger ale or ginger beer, whatever you want to call it. You get a nice rum note. It seems to be perfectly balanced in there, so it's not too much or too little. There's a little bit of lime zest that has faded since I first tried it. When I first tried it, I was like, oh, neat, lime. And, now it's 2 days later and it's already a little weaker or a little less noticeable.
I don't taste a whole lot. It's like a lime zest. It's really faint, but I think that's good. I think that if it were stronger, I think it would hurt the overall profile.
There's something green to it. I don't know how else to describe it. Someone said celery. I don't think it goes quite into celery range of being that specifically a vegetable, but it's kind of greenish and it's sort of a little bit weird. But that's just nitpicking because that's what you have to do when you get when you're trying to compare really good recipe.
I get a little bit of the green note, but I don't think it hurts the flavor at all.
Well, it doesn't hurt. It may not hurt the flavor, but if it's an accuracy issue,
overall, I think it's a really good flavor. I'm going to refresh my palate with some delicious Shasta Cola. Give Rick your money.
Hit me up, Shasta. I'm dying over here. I need that money.
I think, see if I'm dry yet. I got one more.
So someone suggested that one has to be Rick's. And
I'm pretty positive that it's
besides any kind of cocktail being a pretty Rickish thing to do, I feel like they said that there was no pandering, but I would see anything ginger ale-ish to be pretty pandering to the tastes.
Maybe, but I mean,
ginger ale pleases his bearded holiness. In other words,
it does. It does. I like it. This is really good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. mean, we had to kind of expect the pandering bit because we picked the flavors, right?
That's how you win. I mean, that's you're supposed to do that. I'm just basically making fun of them for doing the right thing now.
Yeah, thank you for sending me stuff that I'll actually vape after the contest. It's instead of all these full bottles of ones that I probably won't ever vape.
Okay, yeah. And as far as things that you'll actually vape after the contest, I will absolutely finish the bottle of Morning Wood. I love the stuff. And what's funny is when I first got it, I couldn't vape it.
Out of 5, I give this a 4 definitely. I think with a little more development, it could be like the best of recipes. It's really good.
Yeah, it definitely shows some promise. I just like to see whatever that green thing is cleared up.
I mean, I'm weird, so the green
You're
thing.
You're weird, you kind of dig it. But I think maybe
it's kind of a bonus.
I think maybe if you're going for an accurate thing, then that would be something that would need to be cleared up and cleaned out.
All right, let's see.
There's something fizzy about it, though, isn't there?
There's a bit of brightness. We had that talk about Flavora root beer too, about people perceiving fizziness when there's herbal top notes, and it's really just like the herbal top notes kind of playing tricks on your sinuses. It's not actual carbonation, and you can't really get it without the herbal top notes, right? Like you can't get one without the other.
You tell me it's going to be green, or it's not going to feel fizzy.
Yes,
that's one or the other.
What I'm telling you.
Well, that sucks.
Right, the herbal top notes are they're like an important part of how we perceive carbonation in the root beer flavors. Like a lot of, I mean, if you've been following the Discord, right? I think I talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, pretty closely. So it's like wintergreen without the winter. That's what the green is in there.
Right, exactly. So let's get some of this Morning Wood on here. I'm suspicious that it's a tobacco, which is
it is, and it has changed. It has changed since I first got it. I have changed maybe because I think it might have been me. When I first got it, I couldn't vape the stuff. The throat hit was vicious. Like I couldn't get as much inhale as I wanted to before my throat would just protest and be like, "No, I'm not having this." And so I'd get just a little toot out of it before it would hurt, and I'd try really hard to exhale it slowly so I could taste it and evaluate it. And what I got was like a really vanilla forward, sort of lightly tobacco thing, like RY4, but vanilla instead of caramel. But it's changed and with a light woodsy tobacco. But since then, it's changed, and the tobacco's come out.
Oh my goodness!
Like those Flavoras do. It's good stuff, right?
Oh my lord!
Yeah, yours has steeped the same amount of time mine has now, and that extra 2 days made a difference. Those tobaccos do that. They come on strong, and then they like disappear, and then they come back. Now it's a woodsy tobacco with a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah, I'm not picking up a lot of
vanilla. I would call it a vanilla recipe with tobacco accents. It's a tobacco recipe now.
Yeah, this is full on tobacco, but it's bold without being overbearing.
And when I first tried it, it had sort of a weird, the vanilla was present throughout, but at the end, the tobacco-y edge sort of disappeared, and it left behind sort of like a marshmallow candy vanilla, which felt out of place, but now that's gone. So that extra 2 days made a huge difference.
It really did, I guess. I mean, I didn't try it before, but man, this is stellar. This is like, I'm trying to find something wrong with it. I'm trying really hard. I might have to drink it again.
I could have bashed the heck out of it yesterday morning, but a full 24 hours later, and it's a different recipe. I've been vaping on it all day, and it's so good.
Yeah, it's not dry, despite being as bold as it is. What is it? Jennifer just posted the list. F.A. Oakwood. I'm definitely getting F.A. Oakwood. I'm definitely getting a little bit of that.
Oh yeah,
that oak in there.
And the red burley as well. And probably the vanilla pudding as well.
Yeah. Man,
and probably the milk and honey too, because I don't know what else would fit in there.
I'm fucking struggling to find something wrong with it, but I just can't.
And then some other fifth thing that I don't know what, but I mean, the vanilla is strong, but it's not. It's no longer. We need to find out what day this was made on, so we can find out how long this is supposed to steep for. Because I definitely tried it too early the first time, or too late. You know, that middle range with these, with that burley.
Man, that's delicious. A little bit of that tobacco burn in the back of my throat, but it's not. It's what I get when I vape all tobaccos. That's really common for me. So, yeah, as a tobacco, this is stellar stand-up stuff. I think if I were to make something similar or something like this, I would try to add just a touch more moisture. And that might be my. But it's not too dry though, right? Like it's just right on the edge there, right? And it's a preference thing, right? So I can't really hold it against it.
I would at least experiment with making it more moist to see if that was an improvement or not.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be soggy.
Right, exactly. So, but it's really right on the cusp there, where you don't really have to fuck with it. Like, I'm gonna have to go with a 5, man. Like, I'm super struggling. I can't find anything wrong with it, dude. It's good. It's fucking super good. So yeah, that's me. That's where I stand. So that's a 5. Where are you at? This I don't want to diminish how good the Stormy and Dark is. It's really good. But with those herbal top notes, it's a little easier to pick out where there might be. Yeah. But this tobacco just edges it out. Like, color me a tobacco biased person, but it's.
Well, it feels incredible. A little bit more finished. It feels like there might be possibilities for improvement, but there's no like definite room for improvement. Yeah. And the Dark and Stormy feels like it's a really good start to a 5, but there's just like some issues.
It's just like right there, but like
I don't know if there's something that you can do. Like you said, it's either going to be green and not fizzy, or it's going to be a green or not fizzy. So
but this morning was going to be gone by the end of the day. Like, I can promise you that. This Stormy and Dark is really good, and I'm going to revisit it again. And if the recipes get released, I'm definitely something I want to tinker with as well. But man, Morning Wood is hands down the winner for me. Hands down. No contest.
Well, even if I said it, there are only 2 of us. So even if I said they tied, then that would still be a clear winner because of, the
extra point.
Yeah,
I'm
not going to argue with you because I'm definitely going to be continuing to enjoy that Morning Wood for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and I'm going to make more as soon as I get the recipe. I think it's good. It's super
I don't know if I'm going to make more or not. I don't tend to vape things more than once usually, unless it's something that just really blows me away. But
well, it's going to sit on my shelf for like a month, right? Because
yeah, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it.
It's really good. It's excellent. So if you guys want to cut us in on who's this who's, if we're about to see a big upset here, I don't know, but
I was the Stormy and Dark, surprising no one.
Yeah, surprising no one. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's a really good recipe. It's a really great recipe, Rick. It's super good. I really enjoy it, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what you did with it.
That fucking rum is awesome there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
No, it is. It's really good. The rum is super great. The zest is like just right. I'm getting a little bit of like borderline irritation, like from all the herbal top notes. So I'm not sure. So what did you want to release a recipe or post it in the chat? You want to let us,
I'll post it in the chat
to look at it,
or just tell us.
Yeah, it's 3.5% key lime, 2.5% Jamaican rum, 1% Flavora milk and honey, 0.75% oak wood, and 3% TPA ginger ale.
Ginger ale, all right.
Cool.
It's a really great recipe, man. I really like it. I wonder though if what the fuck? I just picked over my thing of things. Hang on a second. I wonder though if you were to read something like considering like Flavor West ginger or Flavora's ginger. Flavora's ginger is like a ginger ale vibe too, but it's got better top notes, I think, for the ginger.
So first of all, congratulations to Jennifer for finally unseating me from my throne of Bones. I appreciate that. That's
Rum
nice.
and Bones.
But yeah, no, I tried Flavora Ginger in it, and it didn't kind of carbonation. It was kind of like a flatter, spicier ginger note. And I was kind of going for I'm not sure that milk and honey is the perfect choice to kind of build out the caramel and that dark rum. And so that ginger ale was helping to clean up the milk and honey quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I think it's still a great recipe. So, you know, definitely no judgment here. Like, especially in a limited framework, right? Like,
is there a pairing in that with the rum that you would recommend as possibly something that you'd try with a different rum drink? Because the rum note in that is just phenomenally perfect.
I love Flavor Jamaican rum. It's so good.
Yeah,
but it's not usually this good.
That Jamaican rum up a little bit higher with that oakwood. The oakwood actually really helps to sell that rum quite a bit. And I think the milk and honey, the caramel from the milk and honey has something to do with it. I had originally started out like fucking around with some sort of like lime oak custardy thing, and I took one rip of it after I'd mixed it and was like, holy shit, that's rum. So I started messing around with the percentages on it. But yeah.
It's good, man. It's really good. You know, congratulations. I think it's awesome. And you had a stellar run. That's what, three wins before you were unseated? 4? I can't remember how many.
I think it was 2.
It feels like more, but it feels like more. Just 2.
It feels like it's been forever.
It does kind of feel like it. Yeah, you're right, because it was Dave and then Shindo and now Jen.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, thank you for Jennifer. You guys want me to take my medicine here live on air?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
And I want to see who's not scared to step up and challenge Jarvis too.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's suicide.
Okay. I'm not doing that.
So the mix here is 5% each: 1-on-1 pickle, 1-on-1 cheese, 1-on-1 cheddar cheese, 1-on-1 Parmesan cheese, and 5% real flavor super concentrate sriracha.
Why'd you have to add pickle in there with all that gross stuff?
Because I gotta step the game up, man. I gotta move it forward. I'm always moving forward. So we'll see what happens, and then I'm gonna have to burn this atomizer.
I hope you got a crappy one ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell too bad. It kind of smells like pickles. I'm kind of hoping the cheese mutes itself with that much cheese in there, but
he's gonna barf.
There's the sriracha. I think I went too high on the sriracha. It's kind of washing everything out. The garlic and the pickle and the garlic and the sriracha is kind of pushing all that cheese around. I honestly can't taste too much of the cheese. So, I mean, it sounded like a bad idea at the time, but I think I may have just saved myself.
I like that he goes back for seconds.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like I cheated because I can't taste the cheese in here past the sriracha and the pickle, and I'm not mad at that sriracha and pickle.
There you go.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, the concrete palate.
There's the cheese. So after you vape it, and then like you give it a half beat, and then like exhale and start breathing, that's when you pick up the cheese. The cheese is just hiding in there. That's gnarly.
Yuck. This is hard to watch.
Yeah, it's rough, buddy.
Yeah, that cheese. Yeah, I think I cheated and muted out the cheese a little bit, but you definitely get like the lingering aura of cheese in there, which makes that deeply unpleasant. Oh, that's horrific. So okay, that was in the back of my nose. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. So congratulations to Jennifer. Oh, that was a little brutal. Okay, I think I'm done with that, if that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's enough torture for one day, sir. I hope that you can taste anything for the remainder of today.
5% of the cheese alone was enough to make me sick. I don't understand how he's even still sitting up.
Cast iron guts, man.
Yeah, that sriracha actually is pretty much a bully at 5%. It kind of, but it lingers. It lingers. The cheese lingers. The cheese comes back and it has its revenge.
You don't have to throw away that atomizer, by the way. I soaked mine in rubbing alcohol overnight, and it was fine.
Yeah, I figure I'll go ahead and just give it a quick rinse after we're done. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. Well, either great job, both of you. Congratulations, Jennifer Jarvis, the reigning MixLife champion. We may revisit the 1v1s again soon, so if anybody wants to step up and challenge Jarvis, if you're brave enough, you're welcome to attempt to defeat her. But I don't recommend it because you'll have to vape some cheese like this guy. You'll have a bad day.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a bad day.
Man, this I can't say there's not very many tobacco recipes that I really enjoy because I find that I don't know, a lot of people like too much sweet in their tobaccos, and I like a more straightforward sort of more tobacco than sweet. So it's got a really good balance. Super duper good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that
Did we get Jennifer's recipe in the chat or somewhere?
Yeah, she posted it here. I'll put the link in.
Missed
again.
it.
What we got? So here's that recipe again one more time. Flavora graham cracker. That's that weird bready body in the background that I couldn't pick out. It's good though. It's really super duper good, and confirms my suspicions that Flavora graham cracker would be good to work with in tobaccos because it's not so overly sweet like some of the other graham crackers, or overly dry. I think his nose may be running a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, my nose is definitely running.
Yeah.
I'm getting some really interesting like nasal drip going on here.
And the room note isn't bad either. Usually, most really bold tobaccos leave a kind of, rowdy room note. Leaves your room smelling a little bit of it, but it's not. I only get a little bit. It's nice. I'm really enjoying it.
Looking at the recipe, I'm surprised it created that much of a bold tobacco.
Yeah, I am too, because I personally usually go way higher on burley. Like I usually take it way farther.
2 or more, 1.75 in that range.
Yeah, at a minimum. Even up to 4 in some cases.
Okay, I don't know about all that, but definitely at least 1.75. But here's 1.15, and it's plenty tobacco-y. I guess the graham cracker and oak would really help it out.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't take really that high, but lovage is what I use to tame it, right? So you can like get more mileage out of the high percentage, and it really tames all the off notes and keeps it like in line, and definitely creates it's like a super bold tobacco, but it's not offensively super bold, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And that's in my recipe, the southerner, I did that. I used what would be a normally offensive amount of Flavora. I'll put it up in the chat real quick in case people are interested in tobaccos. Are you guys going to be doing like recipe reviews on Noted for the tobaccos?
I believe so. I'm sort of a tobacco novice of sorts, and Emily says she doesn't like tobaccos. And I have forced her to mix her first tobacco recipe this week and try it. So we'll see. But Sheba has a lot of experience with tobaccos,
Yeah. You guys got enough guests for all that?
We do have enough guests. Yes, we have Fear 2 weeks in a row.
Nice.
And then we have Chemical Burn Victim from Reddit coming on the last week to talk about additives to use with tobaccos.
Oh, that's cool. He knows a lot about that stuff. He's a super.
He knows a lot about that stuff, mostly because he uses what a lot of people consider to be, less good tobaccos.
Right. Yeah.
Fixes them.
But he also really appreciates some of the notes in those that I think could be off-putting to some people. But he's definitely worked with a lot of the harder to work with tobaccos more. I won't lie that I lean on the cheap mode tobaccos a little more often than others.
Yeah, Flavor just makes it so easy.
They really do, man.
And he's been doing tobaccos in hard mode for a long time.
I really like Flavor Art tobaccos too. As a caveat to that, like Flavor tobaccos are really easy, but Flavor Art tobaccos are all pretty stellar. if you're looking for a budget option.
Ugh.
And you can't. What's that? You don't like them?
Except Desert Ship. I think a lot of the reason why I haven't done that much with tobaccos is because that was the first, besides RY4, the tobacco that I tried, and it just sort of ruined me.
My first tobacco was TPA Western. So
I've heard horrible things about that, but I had a recipe via Mixers Club that had it in there, and it was a pretty tasty recipe.
It's been revised. It's not the same as the original TPA Western, but it's still, as I understand it, it's still super hard to work with. So it's good though. It's really good. But yeah, like great. I don't know. Great job, Jen. It's awesome. I love this stuff. I'm gonna vape the shit out of it. I already posted the poll for next week on our MixLife Facebook group. So if you guys got something you want to talk about, hop into the group and put a thing in the poll or in the comments or whatever. I left it open so you guys, anybody can add stuff to it. Be sure to come in and check out Noted tomorrow night for an Apple Fest. Concrete River will be on there with them, talking apples all night long. And buy our one shots and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes shilling at the end of it. The Dentman says he doesn't use any of his tobaccos except the old Gold Ducat. The Inawera Gold Ducat, I love that stuff. It's good.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
It's good stuff. Any last words, Rick? Are you recovering? Are you going to survive?
Yeah, I switched to my high test of Flavora Peppermint, and I've been trying to clear out my sinuses a little bit. I'm still getting a little bit of cheese on there, but it's not that bad. But yeah, congratulations to Jennifer.
Rematch?
Maybe I'll just let her take this, man.
Nobody wants to step up.
If I wasn't busy, I would do it. Maybe in a week, if I can turn some things around and free up some time, I will challenge Jarvis. But it's been a really hectic month for me, so hopefully I can get some things turned around. I got a bunch of stuff to get finished first before I can focus on any goofy contest shenanigans.
I'm just looking forward to having more than a couple days to spend on actually developing a recipe.
Yeah, the contesting is hard because you got to rush it, like you don't have a lot of time. And usually, I mean, for me, if I have 4 days to make a recipe, that means I actually have about an hour and a half. Right?
Just waiting until the last minute until it was done. I didn't do too bad. I think this went through like maybe 3 or 4 revisions before I got it where it was. But yeah, the steeping, trying to do multiple revisions and actually like nail stuff. I'm kind of happy with where it turned out. I think I'm going to use that rum note for some more stuff and try to experiment with bringing in maybe some lime cold press or something to kind of brighten up the lime a little bit.
Yeah, like in my last 1v1 versus Emily, I had 20 minutes.
Well, we had technically 3 days, you had longer than 20 minutes. You just spent 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's bragging about his poor time management.
So I was at work, and then I got home, and I thought there was only an hour left. So after I finished, doing the dad thing, I had like 20 minutes until what I thought was the time, and then after the fact, Wayne told me it wasn't for another day. And then I was like, well, you already have some shit, so just go with it. Because I knew that I was going to be going to bed in like half an hour, and then I was going to work, and then I'd still only have another 20 minutes the next morning, right? So I just went with it. But yeah, working graveyards and having kids usually don't get a lot of time to work on stuff. I do half of my theory crafting on paper at work before I even come home to mix, and then I knock out a few bottles and hope they don't suck when I wake up. So that's been the core of my development time lately. Jarvis beat you in 45 minutes. You see that?
Just to spend all your time playing with that, with the new flavors.
I haven't had much of a chance to play with too many of them. I've mixed about half of the 18 they've sent us so far, maybe. And mostly just the root beer because I was really excited about it.
So Jennifer's got 3 days steep on that morning wood when she released the recipe. I feel like it needs more than that, but I don't know when Apexified actually mixed it up.
I don't either.
because I know it's a lot better today than it was 2 days ago. But 2 days ago it matches her description a little better because she calls it a different take on RY4, like vanilla RY4, and that's sort of what I got. Friday night when I could barely vape it from through the throat hit, and now it's so smooth and it's great. It doesn't really remind me of an RY4. It's more tobacco than that.
Yeah,
way more.
Well, I think TPA's RY4 is the only RY4 that's all caramel and no tobacco. But it's
dirty
good.
Caramel.
Yeah, it's just dirty caramel, right? It just tastes like caramel that somebody left in an ashtray.
Yep, or dropped on the ground.
She said, "Yeah, I can use a week to steep, but it's vapable at 3 days."
All right, that's good. A week. I'm gonna put that on in my ATF review.
Yeah, definitely. It's an excellent recipe, Jen. So you should post that around and share it. It's a really super excellent.
Yep.
Good job.
Thank you.
Great
Jen.
job.
Thank you for a great vape, Jen. Thank you for an interesting vape, Rick. No, it's great too. It's really great.
All right, thanks. Oh, go ahead.
That's it. I really appreciate both of these recipes being so
Thanks,
good.
man.
Right. Yeah. Just give him like the little pat on the head of the kid. You know, you're like, "Oh, you did good.
You tried.
You did a good job, buddy."
Participation trophy.
I'm gonna make you a paper certificate in MS Paint.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I gotta get off here. I gotta go do like adulting things. So thanks for watching.
I gotta
everybody.
remind myself that he beat me.
Right. Oof.
Ooh.
Twice. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate everybody coming around. Great job, you guys. And next week we'll be talking about, well, whatever you guys want to talk about. Get in the Facebook group and tell me what you want. Have a good week.